My name is Jonathan Horwich. I'm a senior art specialist here. A restaurateur in the south of France. My favourite piece was Man with Red Hair by Lucian Freud, which I valued in between 2000 and 2006. And it was my favourite piece because, first of all, it's by my favourite painter, Lucian Freud, and secondly, it was a wonderful portrait and belonged to a fascinating man. So it combined all of the things that I enjoy. That's great paintings, interesting pictures, and also interesting owners. I think it was just starting. The first day, everything was the same but different. And somehow that first visit stuck in my mind. This is a good one, I think, anyway, that there's very often as a specialist you're valuing but also authenticating something. I remember a couple coming in with a picture by, or at least hopefully by, an artist called Edward Seago, a 20th century painter. The husband had bought it in an auction. The wife already looked rather nervous and anxious about the whole thing. And I looked at it and had the good sense, rather than pronounce immediately on it, took it away, thought about it, then came back and told them what I think probably was the bad news, that it wasn't, in my opinion, by Edward Seago. At which point the husband launched a diatribe on my skills, or lack of skills as an artist, while his poor wife was trying somehow to explain to him that it wasn't my fault that it wasn't by Edward Seago. And all the while we're in a very small space, a valuation room, and it's getting increasingly awkward until somehow or other wife got through to husband that it just wasn't worth shouting at me, and that was, I wasn't quite sure what to do, but it was embarrassing all round, eventually even for the husband, who did admit that probably he had been a bit unfair. I think I'd like to value the Queen's collection, particularly the collection at Windsor, because it's just so beautifully preserved, both in terms of display and condition. It's all been kept so well and out of light for many, many years. The works on paper just glisten. I visited, I think, once or twice to see something, and it just stuck in my mind. This is probably 30 years ago, but I left feeling I'd love to go back and see everything that was there all over again. I wish I was, mostly walking the dog, which is quite fun, probably more fun for him than me. I've tried reading, fun enough, because of various lockdowns. I've found it more difficult to concentrate on read than I have before. So mostly walking, keeping fit, and watching films. I wish I did. My other talent may be I'm also an auctioneer. That's quite a fun thing to do, very, very focused and very privileged thing to be able to do. Other than that, not really. My favourite film is Kingdom of Heaven, which stars Orlando Bloom and talks about the taking and effectively retaking of Jerusalem. And my best version, or favourite version of it, is the director's cut. It's a Ridley Scott film. And in it, in the director's cut, he explains a lot more than you see in the normal cinema version. There's a whole front story rather than a back story, which explains a lot of the elements which are left out of the final film. But the problem is it's very long. But well worth finding it if you can. Yes. That is almost anything by Mahler, but probably either the third or fourth symphony. I can remember when I was attempting to revise some of my A-levels and I played it endlessly. I can never work out whether it was an aid or not. Probably not. It probably was an excuse for me not to study too hard, but that would be it for me.